What's going on, guys? It's Luke here. Gonna run through this trade recap from the trades that we took today on NQ. We ended up winning. We took like 2 break evens, and then we finally ended up winning. I just had faith in price going up, so I just kept literally re-entering on this one. And then I didn't know Trump was speaking until like last minute, so a little bit of a sketchy day, not the greatest price action, but I'm gonna go over this really quick. I'm just not logged in on Apex. This was done on Apex evals today, which I said because today was a no news Monday. Tomorrow we have CPI, so I want to be super careful. Just trade evals, so I don't have to really worry as much, which is why I was so aggressive with the entries. But I have all the proof in the Discord, which I'll show you guys. I'm having issues logging in right now on this computer. I don't know what's going on. I'm gonna start probably just recording honestly the whole session starting tomorrow, because I did get some new recording stuff. So hopefully I'll be doing that tomorrow, and then I can just crop the trades and whatever, just fix that all up so you guys can see the live executions. But starting from the top today, I seen that NQ was still reacting off of this 4-hour gap to the left, but it was also respecting this 4-hour bullish FVG right here. And coming into the session, personally, I wanted to see price sweep lower, potentially sweep London low right here, dig into this gap or the lower gap down here, and then bounce up there, because we had relative equal highs. We had this high, we had London high, and we had Asia high. So I pretty much had a bullish bias. But starting at market open, price was respecting this 15-minute bullish fair value gap right here. So as you can see, we'd already swept Asia also like overnight, and then price was respecting this 15-minute bullish fair value gap. It wicked all the way down, and I was actually talking about this being a potential retest area for price to go lower, but once it closed or pushed back above, I figured that this was holding and this was bullish, because this is actually the first presented 15-minute gap on this leg up, so it's a super strong bullish level. So from there, I decided to scale down and look for the highest time frame inversion in order to look for longs up to take out these relative equal highs up here. So I went to the 5-minute, I didn't see anything, and then on the 4-minute is where I actually ended up finding my entry, which is the 4-minute I just started honestly using pretty recently. And it's I'm really liking it, because I find a lot more gaps on there and stuff like that. I don't know why it's not loading. Let me just reload the page really quick, and hopefully it works. But yeah, so we ended up getting a 4-minute inverted fair value gap, and then from there I scaled down to the 1-minute and I found an entry. So right here, let me just put the replay tool back on. Just one sec. Right here. So on the 4-minute, we have this bearish fair value gap right here get put in, and then we inverse it, so we close above it. So I was waiting for the retest and looking for something on the 1-minute, and I was going to be targeting all the way up here, here. I wanted Asia high as the overall take profit. So first entry, I kind of front ran this one, and this one ended up getting stopped out break even. So right here, I seen that we had this 1-minute bearish fair value gap right here, and I just front ran the entry because I figured it was going to close above and inverse it. So I kept entry right around there, around 23,719, and then I kept my stop loss just below the wick. I think it was actually at 700 or something like that. But this right here was my entry. I front ran this 1-minute gap off the 4-minute inverse, reacting off of the 15. And I moved my stop loss to break even here because I heard some news that Trump was about to speak and stuff like that. So I just moved it, and I figured that this might be a fake out after we swept out all this low resistance buy side liquidity right here, and then we'd maybe want to dump. So I moved stop loss to break even. I ended up getting another re-entry here for a con off this 1-minute inverted fair value gap right here. Yeah, right here, somewhere in there. And then I entered again right here. This was my final entry off of this 1-minute fair value gap. We got this bullish close. I just had faith at this point price was going to go up. So this was my entry again right here at 23,730. Stop loss below the 4-minute inverted fair value gap down there around 704. And I was targeting hourly highs and the Asia high. But after price came up right here, I actually just ended up closing out the majority, or the whole trade at London high, because I didn't want to see price continue to put me in drawdown because of the apex rules and the trailing drawdown. So I ended up just closing the trade fully because I didn't know if it was going to manipulate and then want to come up to Asia later. So I just closed out of that trade fully, and right now we haven't taken Asia, and we've just been chopping down. It could still obviously come up, but yeah, this was the full trade. So the initial trade would have been 2.36 R, but that got stopped out break even, and then the other ones were about just 1.36, which is nothing crazy, but decent profit on an eval, so walking away with that. So starting from the top again, 4 hour was respecting a bullish fair value gap. On the 15, we were respecting out of this 15-minute bullish fair value gap right there. 4-minute inverse fair value gap, and then the retest, and then we entered off. The initial was on the front run of this 1-minute gap right here. Second entry was on this 1-minute bullish fair value gap, the bullish close off this gap right here, targeting hourly highs and London high. And yeah, we would have gotten stopped out break even right there. So good management right there. And as you can see in the Discord, we had everything called. I said everything in live time. I showed me actually in the trade, and then me getting stopped out and then re-entering again. So everything's in there. But yeah, that's gonna wrap it up for me, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Weird day today, but walked away with an eval W. So we'll be back tomorrow for CPI, and then we got a heavy week. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Check the links in my description for mentorship, Discord, free Discord, join up, live analysis, all that stuff every day. We'll be doing some live trading and stuff soon. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.